Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Hayes Crude Outside. I'm Hayes Crude. Glad to see you. Hope all is well. Tomorrow I plan on doing some pretty heavy crabbing, so today I'm going to actually put in some crab pots. I'm going to put chicken in one and I'm going to put fish in the other. I'm kind of curious to see which bait is actually going to attract more crabs. Now these are half pots. These aren't the normal commercial double-decker pots, so I'm a little worried that leaving them in too long, crabs will come in, crabs will come out. The commercial pots tend to keep them in there longer, but I figure a day is not going to be too bad. Out here, North Landing River, it's brackish, fresh and salt, but I've seen a bunch of commercial pots out here, so I'm going to give it a try. And again, I also want to find out, what's better for catching crabs. I've got a bunch of croaker that I caught in the last video, and then picked up some drumsticks from the local grocery store. So we're going to put them in, and then tomorrow I'm going to use regular hand lines, regular nets, and then of course another steel kind of instant crab trap. We're going to go over that off of my kayak. Should be an interesting video. I love crabbing. Might even do some catch and cook later on. But yeah, please like and subscribe. Glad to see you again. Hope all is well. If not, grab a fishing pole and get after it. It's hard to be unhappy when you're fishing. But let's get on it. Let's do some crabbing. One of the things I'm worried about, and these weren't here the last time I got here, these are all commercial crab pots, these buoys. And while I'm legally able to be here, commercial crabbers tend to be very territorial. Don't want to piss them off and drop a buoy in their line. What they do is they just come down, they pull each one out of the water, as you can see. And if I'm in their line, I've got a feeling my pots will be not there when I get back. So attempting to find a spot that's deep enough, because it's over 6 foot there. It's close to the channel of the international intercoastal waterway. And then it gets really, really shallow, and crabs will go in the shallows, but they prefer deeper water. The shallower the water, the more fish and other things that can come in and get them. All right, I'm gonna take a risk because I'm gonna be back tomorrow morning to pick these pots up. The thing with the half pots is I don't think they hold crabs as long, because they can find their way out a little bit easier than the larger pots, the regular commercial. And what I'm hoping is that the crab men don't come by today, because again, there's a real chance these things will disappear, and we don't want that to happen. So there's your drumsticks. That looks good to go. Make sure I secure my trash. There's a lot of purple martins out here, which are pretty cool. Got my brick in there to give it some extra weight. Current can do a lot more than a lot of people think. Again, I don't want to get too close. Well, let's give it a shot. Yep. Get you off that. I don't know why, but I like having the bait bucket down, or the what do you call it, the bottom of the bait bucket, bait trap, bait holder. Let's go bait holder. I like the bait holder further down, facing the bottom. And we got to make sure we're not putting the pots in the channel. Boats come by, especially a rope as thick as that one can cause some serious issue for a boat. And I'm sure there's some form of law that I need to abide by. All right. Croaker. Spot. Croaker. croaker. Let's see, how much can I fit in there? All right, that's pretty good. Open one or two up here. Get that smell as they melt. There we go. All right, there we go. For that. I'm pretty far away. Yeah, we're about 5-6 feet deep. Turn the bait upside down. Okay, it's the next morning. Pots have been overnight. We had a monster thunderstorm, which we needed. Unfortunately, what that does is, one, fill up my kayak with water. Two, crabs are saltwater, blue crabs are saltwater, and they're in brackish now. With all the rain that we've had, basically that's turned this into freshwater, and I've got a bad feeling it's going to be slim pickings today. But we've got a bunch of lines in, we've got some nets, we've got day pots are still in, using a mixture of chicken and fish. Kind of curious to see which one is the best bait for crabs. I've always crabbed with chicken and fish, but never actually put them head to head. Normally fished on the James River, which is also brackish, but again today we're on the North Landing. Wind is blowing, which isn't helpful either, so we'll see. Hopefully the weather's not going to be too daunting, but again, North Landing River, let's do some crabbing. Please like and subscribe. Yeah, you got to make sure you don't. I'm always tying my line up to the other line. It's never good. There we go. Nice and tight, because those crabs are powerful. They'll pull that stuff right out of there. And we've got to, I think after last night's thunderstorm, I have a leak in, or not a leak, but my kayak's filled up with water from the inside. Problem with the kayak, when it gets water inside of it, it becomes very unstable as the water goes back and forth, and of course it's deeper and heavier on one side than the other. Yeah, it's almost like the night before Christmas, or Christmas morning when you're running down the stairs to see what you got. And it's been in here since yesterday morning. Super excited to see what's on this. Huh. Nothing on the chicken. Whoa. Now that's a crab right there, guys and gals. That is a crab. Yeah, this wind's going to be a pain in the tuchus all day. All right, pull this up fast. It's just a net, so it's only what holds it. It's the pressure that holds it down. Nothing on the chicken or the fish. As my buddy used to say, sometimes peanuts, sometimes shell. Stay tuned for the next episode. We're heading to Plan B.